All right, time to stop procrastinating. We got this giant iron farm here. We just need to get all the villagers in here. It's time to make a concerted effort. I got the better part of a day that I can focus on this and see how far we can get done in a day. All right, I managed to get a level done in a day, which I think is some pretty good progress. I had this level, I had all the villagers in on this level, so I got all the zombies into this level, got them all closed up. So this level is now fully running. So that is 3 levels that are completely done. So that we're running at about 60,000 iron per hour estimated right now. And then up at this level right here, I've got all the villagers in there. So I managed to get all the zombies and all the villagers into one level, different levels, but I still think that's one level of progress basically that I accomplished in a day. Still a long way to go, but we'll get there. So when we first started moving all these villagers, I was saying that the last 5% of this build was actually the least of our worries, and that getting in all the villagers would probably be the most difficult part. And honestly, I don't think that's the case anymore. We've actually streamlined the villagers quite a bit. And now it's the progress of actually getting them into the, closing off the cells. So with every cell, we've got to get the villagers in, and then we've got to set up some stairs so that they are blocked in so that the zombie can't get at them. And then we got to drop the zombie down, and then we have to finish up the portal, light the portal, add some water so that the golem gets pushed in, and then close off the area. And then we need to go up to the next one, and we need to set up the soul sand and the water that the people will fall into, and that the zombie will eventually just bob up and down inside of. And that's a lot. That's a lot to take on. It's actually not that bad individually. As doing it once doesn't take that long. They're actually, each one of these tasks is fairly small task. But we have to do it 49 times per level. And that's not even counting the glass, which we don't have to remove just yet, but we do have to remove eventually. And we also have to remove all this other stuff that's just floating around here, all the supporting structures and stuff like that. It's a big task. In fact, villager moving has actually gotten a lot easier as we've gone up. I think it's because they're not falling as far anymore, but Asta and I just loaded up this black level, and I don't think we lost a single villager or zombie the entire time. So we did lose a couple because I sent too many a couple of times, but as far as them dropping into the cell, absolutely none of them died. And so when you send 3 and all 3 of them make it in every time, and then you send the zombie and he always makes it in every time, that makes it so much easier. We haven't had that going on through the rest of this process, but now that we're up near the top, it seems to be very consistent that all of them are always living. So that helps a ton. That makes that process go so much faster, but there's still all the other process, like I said, like right now, I've got to come down here, we've got a golem, I got to finish up this obsidian here, light this portal, put in some water, seal it up, and get out of here, and then do the next one. And so this is what's taking the most amount of time. I got to do this 49 times here, and then set up the soul sand and water for the next level. And then we got to do it all over again. And again, that's the easy part. Moving the villagers is the easy part. But we're making progress. I mean, look, I just got to finish up this black level, and then we got 2 levels done. So I'm going to keep grinding away. Hopefully we can get this done really, really soon. So I just finished up this black level. That means we are now 5 levels complete. All 5 of these levels are all now iron farms, completely working, functioning iron farms right now. That is awesome. We are now operating at about 100,000 iron per hour. I'll talk about the rates a little bit later, but this is amazing. And I'm finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that is really amazing. A little bit of a distraction, but Asta's about to join up, and we're going to start working on the iron farm in a little bit. And we did the head hunt throughout the month of April, where we were trying to collect as many different heads as we could. And so it's now no longer April, so I think it's time to tally up and figure out who won that. So this is what I got in week 1, a lot of villager heads. This one's what I got in week 2. I got some Patreon heads. I got a bunch of other assorted heads. And then in week 3, I got all these zombie villager heads, and I got another creamy lava trader. And then I've got a few tricks up my sleeves that I never announced on video, but you can get 4 different heads from the withers, and you can get 2 different heads from bees, and so I had to kill some of my own bees in order to get those. And technically, a wither skeleton skull exists. So those are a few tricks up my sleeve. These ones don't count. I already have these in other boxes over here, so those ones don't count, but all of these do count, and I didn't announce those on the video, so I think those are going to give me a little bit of an ace up my sleeve. I got a few more Patreon heads and a few more cat heads back at the iron farm. Let's go back over there, add them all together, see what we got, and compare with Asta. All right, it looks like I got 70. I got 2 shulker boxes, that's 54. Another 9 is 63, plus 7 is 70. And so I've got all of the Patreon heads. I'm pretty sure I didn't have Aquama or Astazora before. I think those are the 2 new ones. And I got 6 of the cat heads. I didn't have the ginger or the Persian before. There's still I have at least 2 other cats over there. I'll show my little cat bin later. But I've got at least 2 other cats that I didn't end up getting the heads for. And then I know there's at least black cat as well. So there's more cats than I thought there were. So we could have gotten even more heads that way. But 70. Not bad. I think I got a really good fighting shot. I think I stalled out a little near the end there, but I think I started out really strong, and I don't think either of the 2 of them can catch up with me. Oh, hey Asta. Headhunt, month of April. How many heads do you collect?
None.
None? You have the Elder Guardian head. We worked together. We killed a bunch of villagers. We collected their heads. How do you not have any heads?
Oh, I gave them all the cards.
Why would you give them all the carps?
I'm just so tired of winning all the time.
Tired of winning all the time?
I mean, yeah, you guys lost to me in Donut December, and you guys both lost to me in the arena.
Okay, so you won a few combat things, and that made you just assume that you're going to beat me at obsessively collecting things?
Well, if history says, then yep.
I think you're just scared.
Yeah, I am totally scared of winning all the time.
Oh my god.
So I know you and Carms work together, and, well, Carms tells me there's a lot of blood in his base. So I assume you guys were severing a few heads, and I know that with all the heads you guys got from that, and these, we stand a pretty significant chance of winning. Well, Carms does, at least.
Because you're giving all the, so you haven't actually given these all to him yet. This is, wow.
All right. I want to scare you. Yeah, so I'm scaring you now.
All right, so first of all, I would have beaten you alone.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know if I can beat you and Carms together. That one's gonna be tough. I have how many is this?
42.
I have 70.
Oh my goodness, no way. Yeah, I've got a Ravager head though.
All right, well, I guess we'll add that to Carms and see if it's gonna be a close one. That's pretty awesome.
See, this kind of really fits my skin just a little bit.
Yeah, it looks really cool. These are a lot of fun. I like having these in the game. So Carms, headhunt.
Yeah.
Month of April. How many heads did you get?
How many heads? Well, 1 shulker box, 2 shulker boxes, 1 minus 3 heads.
These are all
slots.
Unique heads?
Yeah.
You've really been grinding this, haven't you?
I've been grinding.
So, Asta, I know you're back there somewhere.
Oh, he has thorns.
Carms beat me on his own. This is more than I have. Carms beat me on his own. He does not need your help. And you lost. You were in last place. You got the least amount of heads. Oh, he's got the thing ready. Yep, okay. Let me get on number 2 over here.
And this time, I deserve it this time.
Yeah, Asta, you tired of winning all the time yet? How's winning?
Someone has to explain me why does someone just die every time we meet?
I don't know. I think we just have a way that when we get together, somebody explodes into items.
I won't pick my stuff up. I'll be there in a moment.
Wow, how did you die?
Threw myself off a cliff.
Oh, out of shame. You were just so ashamed of yourself?
I'm not standing in 3rd place.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, so you...
Stand in my grave.
All right. Well, you lost. I just want to... I guess you didn't lose. If it makes you feel any better, you didn't lose because you decided to quit and give all your items to Carms. Which Carms didn't.
Yeah, if Carms hadn't gotten so many heads, I would have
Carms didn't need your help.
Apparently not. I cannot believe it. GG Carms, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
I am very well impressed. Yeah.
I know.
I thought I had it in the bag because Asta slacked.
I slacked hard, man.
Yeah.
I really did.
And then he pretended that he wins all the time.
Well, I did. This is my first loss since the start of the server, so it's it's a new milestone.
So
I won't always win everything, but Jay will always lose everything.
Oh, the end of
oh my god! I love that head.
It looks awful.
It
looks like a welding helmet.
Yeah, it does. That's kind of why I wanted to get us started on having a bunch of heads. It's because we can use them for armor stands and decorate things and pose them and have guys don't steal all my heads. Hey, I gotta keep those heads. Hey, those are my heads. I need them. Carbs.
Who said these were yours?
Is that the prize? You're gonna keep all of our heads?
Oh, I got mine. He only took yours.
Oh,
he's so
Are you
sad.
really following me?
I was. I gave up. I got to finish this iron farm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give you back this.
Congrats, Carms. You
you
earned it.
That was amazing.
So Asta, this thing ran at exactly 50 ticks, 50 MSPT on our creative server, right?
Yes.
And on our creative server, our spawn doesn't take up nearly as many ticks. We knew that we were going to end up going over a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So it was always been my idea that maybe we didn't fill up all these cells in order to adjust for that.
I mean, looking at the storage on the other side, I definitely don't think we need to completely finish this farm.
At this point, I'm thinking we don't fill up the entire top row.
Well, I'm also concerned if those ticks come from the breeder in the villages you got mashed down here.
I think that's going to be okay. So yes, that is part of it. We've got a bunch of villagers mashed up down there, and by moving them up here, we'll be separating them. They won't be bumping into each other, but we'll be adding a zombie, so they'll be frightened all the time. So right now we're at 65 MSPT. We're losing almost a quarter of our ticks. So we're losing a quarter of the rate of the farm. Do you think that's as we fill up this level, do you think that's going to get much better?
No, not really.
But if we go down there and we kill all those villagers without filling up this top level, our tick rate's going to get a lot better.
It's worth testing to see what happens.
And we're already at, we should be at around 120 iron per hour. I think we actually make this iron farm faster if we don't fill up this top level.
Yeah, that's probably gonna help. Yeah,
and it's sad because we built this top level, and we're never going to come back to it. Let's not pretend if we end up killing all those zombies, we're never going to come back and fill in this top level. We're just going to be leaving it blank forever, and that's really sad to me. But
I just don't think the server can handle a full-on version of this.
I think it's the right thing to do. I think there is one compromise though that I think is kind of fun. So 6 levels is 294 cells. Why don't we fill up 6 cells on this one? And we've got 300 cells. And even 300, we're 3 times as big as the 100 cell one. We're 120,000 iron per hour.
I think I could actually work with that.
And
I really wanted to break that 300. That's been like a silent goal for a while. I really wanted 300, and I have no idea why.
We've even already got these 3 cells are already filled up. We only have to fill up 3 cells on this level, and then we're done. 300 cells, all running. This thing's operating at about 120,000 iron per hour, probably less than that. I think it's safe to say we're operating at 100,000 iron per hour, though.
I mean, that is definitely. I mean, I don't think we'll ever be able to use 1 hour's worth of iron very easily.
I know this is so overbuilt. This is so overkill, but it was fun. We're never
The only reason we built it was to make the obsidian bank stocked full of materials for the rest of the life. That thing is going to be full of iron so quickly, and in the time we built this, the thing's like over half full already.
Yeah, it's very full. There's a lot of items that are in it right now.
Yeah, I don't think we need to build this any bigger.
No, I don't think we needed to build this big, but we've got all 300 cells all full and running. We got, what is it? So we got 43 cells that are just going to sit here empty. And that's fine. I'm sad about it, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm a little hurt by that, but I don't think it's gonna really kill me to see that it's not completely done.
So now all that's left is the cleanup.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah, we got to remove all this glass that we foolishly placed in between the levels. We shouldn't have done that. We got to remove all this stuff up here too. We got to remove all this dirt and all this redstone. It's up here, and then the real fun part is down here. We gotta blow up those. We have to remove all the water from all these breeders first, though. All this water is going to cause problems when I blow. I'm gonna blow these things up. You want to see something funny?
Oh boy, yep. Go for it.
Flat. Come on down.
Straight down?
Yep, straight down.
A drone farm?
Kind of.
Someone's got your gear.
Yeah, I know. I noticed this morning. Yeah. I just wanted to get a clip with you, so because I thought it was funny. Yeah, he's got my gear. There's another one's got my sword down here. Was it? No, I thought one of them had my sword.
There's this guy's got a shovel. I'm gonna knock him out real quick.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought this funny. I think this is after I landed in there. I let some of them go on accident.
Why are they becoming drowned?
I don't think zombie villagers do that. This one's got my boots. I'm actually getting some of my gear back. There's my boots.
You got your pickaxe. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The elytra is really the only thing that I would have cared about.
Yeah. So I don't think I ever actually showed this on camera, but I've got this little platform down here where I've been breeding all the cats. This is where I got all my cat heads. We keep getting cats that would spawn at the actual thing, and I was always have fish on me, and then I'd tame them, I'd bring them over here, and I'd start breeding them. And I ended up with this collection of cats down here. It's right underneath the breeders over here, and we want to blow these breeders up. And I don't want to blow up all these cats, so I need to move all of these guys. There's a lot of them. Look at all these cats. I also don't want to blow up all these shulker boxes, so we'll pick up all these shulker boxes. But I need to try and I want to get at least one of every breed of cat over to my base somehow. So that's going to take a little bit of work. This is almost certainly not the best way to do this, but I thought it would be funny, and I definitely think I was right. On the bright side, this might actually make it easier to get all these guys through the portal. It still cracks me up. It's a lot of cats on leashes. Let's go ahead and just pop them right through. Come on, guys. Oh, that was a snap. Oh, that was wonderful. Holy cow, there are so many of them. Come on, guys. Let's find somewhere to put you. Thunder. Thunder is a thing. Let's take them to the wizard tower. Let's just load up my wizard tower full of cats for no good reason. I don't need a leash, do I? Nope. All right, let's take them over here. Hi, guys. Wow. I am now a crazy cat lady. There we go, guys. Sit down. Yeah, enjoy the bed. Any stragglers? We got, I had a white one. So that's the dusty white one, and I had a solid white one. Where's the solid? There's the solid white one. So those are two. Those are the only ones of that breed that I had. And then I got a cream one. I got a Garfield. I got a tabby. I got one of those. Another tabby. I got plenty of the tuxedo cats. And I got a jelly. I got a couple jellies. You'll get struck by lightning probably. Why don't you come in jelly? Come on, Jelly. Jelly. All right. I think that's all of them. It should be good. I don't know how I'm going to sleep in this bed. I guess I'll get treats, a whole bunch of treats every time I do sleep in this bed. And that's actually kind of why I want to save these guys, is we might want to do one of those cat present farms at some point in the future. Wow. I actually didn't know until not that long ago. I learned from my wife, who was obsessed with cats in this game. She loves the cats in this game, that you can color their collars. And I like cyan. So let's go with cyan collars all around. Come on, guys. Just mark them all as mine. There we go. I can get at them all. Oh, this cracks me up. All right. Finally ready to take care of all these villagers. This should be fun. I'm hoping for two things, though. One, I don't want any of these TNT to fly back this direction. Let's hope that that remains the case. And the other is I don't want any of these. I want these villagers to all die. I don't want them to end up at the bottom of the ocean. So here's hoping. Let's go ahead and light off that TNT there. Oh, man. Looks like that chain reaction only took the... Let's go ahead and blow up this section. Oh, we're still going. I missed water. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, we got a few villagers down at the ocean. Go ahead and blow up this section over here. I'll have to get rid of that water. And a few floating blocks. That's not bad, actually. I expected everything to be much worse. And we didn't end up blowing up any of this. That's good. Definitely a few villagers that survived. We'll have to go down and kill them. And, not much else that's left. See, did that help lag? That actually helped lag quite a bit. It's still not where we want to be. But it did help. Oh, shoot. I started that one off early. Oh, my God. Okay, well, all the villagers got out. Oh, that one didn't work too well. It did help lag quite a bit. There was a lot of villagers crammed into that one. And we got rid of all the blocks, so that made that a little easier. But I accidentally set off that last TNT. Oopsies. All right, let's kill all the villagers, see if that helps lag any. We're down to 54. That's pretty good. And so if you kill off these last villagers, they're down in the water and stuff like that. Should be getting a lot closer to what we want to see. Plus all these item entities we got floating around. Oh no. We did actually break one of our farms, didn't we? Please tell me we didn't lose the villager or the zombie. Those are not replaceable at this point. Let's see what's going on here. It looks like we didn't. Let me free cam in. No. Still a valid sell. Just blew up the wall a little bit. Alright. I still got a cat following me around. Alright, let me fix this up. Finish this up. Kill all those villagers. And finally, in all her magnificent glory, we have the finished iron farm. Over a month in the making, 300 cells, 343 cells total, 7 by 7 by 7. Look at this thing, it's gigantic. And I'm glad we stopped when we did. We're sitting at about 53 MSPT. So we could probably clean up those last few MSPT through a few tricks and stuff like that. But definitely glad we didn't continue. This would be really bad if we filled the whole top level. I think we built it about as big as we possibly could have. And look at this thing. It is magnificent. Now, as far as the rates for this farm goes, I've thrown around a few different numbers. 100K, 120K, 137K is the theoretical maximum if we fill this whole thing up. But I've used a few different numbers because we're not entirely sure what the exact rates we're getting in vanilla survival are. So when we built this in creative, we weren't getting the full rates that we would have expected. Now, part of that is because Lightmatica does not paste in the zombies or the villagers. None of the entities come across. So Asazora had to go through and put all those in manually, and it's definitely possible that he would have missed a few of those or set them up improperly. But it still doesn't explain the rates that we were getting. So 120K is what we should be getting based on Romer GFX's. His is a 40K iron farm with 100 cells. We built ours 3 times as large. It should be 120K, but I'm using 100K as a more conservative estimate because we're not sure that we're getting those full rates. It's possible we're not even getting 100K, but I think we probably are, possibly even a little bit over that. But I don't want to use misleading numbers or anything like that. I can't guarantee we're getting 120K per hour. So I'm going to use a more conservative estimate of 100K iron per hour. And that is iron per hour, by the way. There are some videos out there that I've seen that were 100K iron farms, but they're 100K items per hour. And poppies are 1/5 of all the items that you get from an iron farm. So 100K items is 80K iron per hour. And I have some feelings about people who use misleading. I think it's very misleading to use numbers like that to include items that you don't care about in your clickbait thumbnail. I have feelings about that, and I will never do it. This is 100K iron per hour. This is 100K of the items that we actually want from this iron farm. So I got to be real with you though, this is the wrong way to build an iron farm. We built this as large as we did because it made for good content, but unless you have that specific reason in mind, I don't recommend you come anywhere close to this large of an iron farm in your own survival world. It just doesn't make sense. For one, this is a monstrously large build that took forever. But also, it just isn't the most efficient possible iron farm, and that's because we're running at just over 50 MSPT. So if I'm AFK in this farm and somebody else joins the game and wants to play, think about their user experience. How's that going to be for them? It's going to be pretty awful. So I have to coordinate with other people in order to AFK this farm. Now, we only have 3 people on the server. That's going to be fairly easy to do. Larger servers, that obviously wouldn't work. But even still, if we had built a 15, 20, 25 MSPT iron farm and chunk loaded it, then we could go and turn it off if we needed to do something more intense, but it wouldn't ruin our user experience for standard stuff. And we'd be getting iron in the background without having to AFK it. So that slower farm actually would have been faster in the long run. I mean, this farm is cool, but it's actually probably slower because it takes so much work for us to AFK it, and we're not getting iron in the background without having to be at the iron farm. It just makes more sense to chunk load an iron farm and build one that's quite a bit smaller than this. And honestly, we were using a 5-cell Nembomb farm until it broke, and that supplied us with plenty of iron for all of us for forever. And most servers, like Nembomb's 10-cell iron farm, that's going to be more than enough for almost every server. And if you really wanted to go with something absurd, then Romer GFX's 40K iron farm is a great iron farm. If you want to build something really big, I don't think you should build anything bigger than that. Honestly, you might want to even consider building it a little bit smaller. You could go 4x4x4 or 4x4x3 or something like that, and it'd still be a decent iron farm. Don't ever build anything like this. This is for the content. This is not because it was the right thing to do. I will say, by the way, that if you are going to build that farm, the route that we took where we're dropping the villagers in, that actually worked really, really well. But I recommend that you build the tubes all the way through the cells, not just in between the cells, but actually build tubes inside the cells so there's not any little lips that the villagers can get caught on. And that cost us a lot of villagers. That caused us a lot of trouble. It would have been a lot easier, first of all, if we hadn't built them out of glass. Build them out of something that you can insta-mine dirt netherrack, something like that, and build them through the cells as well. And then the villagers should survive a lot more often. It'll save you a lot of hassle. Everything other than that, I think everything else that we did worked really well. Using the zombie villagers actually worked really well. I was planning on name tagging a decent amount of them, but we've actually got our mob caps at 278. So all of those are zombie villagers that we traded with. Once I figured out the whole workstation thing, I had some cauldrons around that were causing issues. I removed those, and I had no trouble trading with the villagers. I traded with 300 villagers in order to make 300 zombie villagers, and the 22 or whatever, those are ones that are holding items. Those aren't counting towards the mob cap or anything like that. So that worked really well. Definitely used tubes all the way through. Everything else we did, I think, worked pretty well. And that's how, so if you want to know how to build the Roamer GFX farm, then, just follow what we did for the most part, and don't build it this big. We will definitely come back to this iron farm at some point in the near future, probably in the next episode. You can see that our storage is already almost full, and we need to figure out something to do with all this iron. So we want to craft it into iron blocks and send it all over to the Obsidian Bank, but that's an awful lot of iron to craft up, and so we want to automate that in some way or another. We've got some crafting systems that we've used in the past, but they all involve water, and we're in the nether. So either we need to move these over into the overworld or figure out something that doesn't involve water. So I will probably come back to that at some point, probably in the next episode. I'm actually kind of excited to figure out some things that we can do with this. So that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye now.